Any questions from previous session?
So actually, yesterday we integrated with that Azure DevOps to LCS login portal.
Mm-hmm.
So we created a new account and Azure DevOps also we integrated in LCS. So
Okay.
we integrated in LCS. What is the main role of Azure DevOps?
Azure DevOps for package deployment and package creation, we can configure the pipelines.
Okay.
Okay, if you have the environments configured in your LCS, we can create one pipeline and we can generate the package. And we have in pipelines we have two options. Release option also there. You can select the once the package is generated, you can directly apply that package to the particular environment
Okay.
by using the release pipelines. That we call it as single click. Once you click on single thing, it will automatically create a package and it will apply that package to the particular environment you selected in the release pipelines.
So when we deploy the project through Visual Studio, so it will be synced to LCS or Azure DevOps.
Deploy project through Visual Studio means,
So we are having IoT in Visual Studio.
yeah, right now you are
So
seeing
we
my screen.
created,
It is a Visual
yes,
Studio.
yes,
Okay.
we created some tables or some forms. We deployed that one. So it will be synced to
Deployed means
LCS
how you deploy. That's what I'm asking. How you deploy?
through AOT. We can deploy it, no?
No, you cannot.
So we have one project. We can deploy it, no, using LCS.
No, you cannot deploy. How can you deploy the project? Okay, okay, it is too early to tell all those things. Okay, let's go through the one by one and we will
Okay.
see while deployment. Okay, there is no
Okay.
option to deploy it from the Visual Studio to the any other environment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let's go one by one and we can discuss while deployment
Okay.
stage we can discuss that one. Okay, now we have created the Azure DevOps side. We have created the VSTS branch and all, and I mentioned that we need to create the folders.
Which ID it has? This is not the one, right? Our ID. Let me sign out and log in with the correct ID. This is the one. Second director that one.
The repositories. Can click on repositories. This is our repository. Yesterday we have created this branch. Under that we need to create two folders. One is for metadata. Okay. In this metadata folder, we will map it to the package local directory. Under AOS service, we have package local directory, right? Under that package local directory, you will have all the models. We will map this metadata folder to that package local directory. And the second folder is for the holding our projects. Okay, these are the two folders. We will map it there. If you want the new branch again, you can create it from here. You can create a new folder and you can convert. Yesterday I have shown right how to convert that into branch. You can create the multiple branches, but in each branch you'll have separate folders, metadata and projects. Okay, this actual projects we are creating in Visual Studio will be mapped to this projects folder. There it will have the solution, project definitions and all. Metadata, actual objects, whatever we are creating, model, and under model we are creating different objects. We are going to create different objects, right? That will be mapped to this metadata folder. Okay. Now let me create one model, new model, create model. I'm taking life cell. You can take any layer or anything. Click on next. This one I explained to you already. If you want to do overlaying, you can select this one, but for overlaying Microsoft has only two models, data feeds and rebates and deductions. For these two models only, still Microsoft allowing overlaying. These bank management, Microsoft and vendor management, these are custom models I created in this application. Okay, bank management is my custom model, Microsoft is my custom model, and vendor management is my custom model. If you want to add your package to these models, you can select the existing package, and these data feeds and rebate and deductions only will allow. These are the standard models. It will allow you to do overlaying, but we need to create our separate model for the life cell. So I'm taking the create new package option. Click on next. Here we will refer the whatever the existing objects we are going to use in the specific models. We will refer it here. That I will come to you while creating the extension, how to add that particular model and how it will affect. I will show you. Currently, by default, it is selecting the application platform. I'm not changing anything. Only application platform I'm
Swami, you
selecting.
mute it. Swami, Swami, you mute. Right. Okay.
Okay, and I'm selecting the create new project and make this my default model. Make this model as default. So whenever you create a new project, it will automatically take this model as the assign this model as to the project. Okay, click on finish. Okay, project name you can take anything. For example, if you are creating for the specific requirement or something, you can give that requirement name to the project. If you are working on some enhancement, you have the enhancement number and all, you can give that name. Okay, it's not like you need to give only model name or something like that. Based on your requirement, you can bifurcate the things. For example, it will automatically create a solution as well. Under that solution, you can have multiple projects referring to the multiple different models. Okay, here I'm giving life cell requirement 1. I'm giving, click on OK. Okay, as I mentioned in earlier class, one project can be linked to only one model, but one model can be linked to multiple projects. You can create one more project with the name life cell requirement 2 and you can map it to the same life cell. For example, if you create a new project, click on add new project, life cell requirement 2. Again it will map to the life cell project only, life cell model only. Okay, that means one project can be mapped to one model and one model can be mapped to multiple projects. Okay, here based on my requirement, for example, in AX2012 also you used to create the project, right? Whatever the objects related to that particular requirement, you use it to add it to the particular project. Like that we will add whatever the objects related to our particular requirement 1, we will add it here. Related to requirement 2, we will add it here. Okay, you can add any number of projects to this solution. Even for the same solution, For example, currently my requirement one is mapped to life cell. If you want to change this to different model also, you can change it by right clicking on it. Here you can select the different model as well. For example, if you want to select the general ledger, you can apply and click on OK. It will go to the general ledger, that is under sys layer. Okay, you can do that one. Under solution, you can have multiple projects with different models. Okay, here you have option, right? Synchronization database and build. Whenever you build on it, it will automatically synchronize the objects which are under this particular project. Okay, if you make it as true. Okay, this generate form adapters, this is for the testing purpose. Unit test classes will be generated internally. I will tell you while generating that. This cross references, if you added any references, it will automatically build those cross reference objects as well if you select it true. App checker rules and diagnostics as errors, I will come to that later. Okay, these are the main things. If you once you created the project, if you want to change the model, you can change it here. Okay, but please make sure while changing the model, no objects from the other model should not be in this project. Okay, now I have created the project model and I have created the project. So I want to create a new objects. If you go to the application object tree, this is the AOT. In the AX2012 also we call it as AOT only. Okay, here it is bifurcated based on the type of the object. We have data types, data model, code, user interface. In the under data types, you can see base enumerations and extended data types. Okay, under data model, you will see the tables, views, queries, and all. And along with that, you are seeing two in AX2012. You can see only tables. There is no table extensions, right? You can see views only in AX2012. Here we have view extensions also, because for each and every object we are creating a. If you want to extend it, you need to create a separate extension. So all the extensions we created, it will show under whatever the table extensions we are created under different models, it will show under extensions. Okay, for example, if you here we have two views. Previously, I think in AX2012 we have only one view. Here we have two views. One is classic view and model view. Okay, for example, you have one table or something. For easily identifying purpose, if you are instead of going and searching for the complete table in all the models, you can directly click on model view and you can go to the specific model, lifestyle model. Okay, here also you will have the bifurcation again. For each type of object, you will have the bifurcation. If you go to data types, you will see the base enumeration and extensions. But as we haven't created any objects, you will not see anything here. Okay, once we created the objects, we can see. And one more thing is, once you go to the package local directory, AOS service, package local directory, whatever the model I have created, I can see the model folder here, life cell. Okay, this one we will map it to the our VSTS, Visual Source F. If you go here, you will see the descriptor, life cell, and XPP metadata. Once you compile the code, whatever the binaries it is generated, that will be generated under these folders. Okay, that is the metadata. And once you created any object, for example, you created a EDT, it will add it here. This is the metadata. Actual objects will be stored under this one. There is one more thing called descriptor. What is the use of descriptor file? Okay, this is the XML file. It will contain the whatever the references we are in. It is self description. Okay, and what is the model name and description for that model, and are you allowing the customizations or not, and ID for this particular model, and whatever the models you are referring. Okay, while creating the model, we have given references to the application platform, right? Tomorrow if you add one more model here, it will add that model here. While compiling, it will take the information from this file, descriptor file, and it will compile accordingly by referring to these existing models. Okay, once we added the more models to the model references, I will show it again how it will add it here. Whatever the model references you are adding, it will come here. Okay, while checking in, you need to check in this descriptor file as well. Sometimes, for example, tomorrow you have taken latest and some other development environment. Uh, some developer one has changed the something in the descriptor file, like by giving the reference here. Okay, if you are not checking the descriptor file, again another developer will get the errors because he has used the objects which are not referenced from the models. Okay, if you want to add more references, you need to go again to this update model parameters from the Dynamics 365 menu item, and you can select your model name and click on next. Whatever the models you want to reference it here, you can select it here. Don't go in a way like select because we are getting the errors. Blindly check all those check boxes because it will affect your build while generating the package. It will consider all these models and it will compile it, so it will take more time, and it will for generating the package. Even for synchronization also, while compiling and synchronizing, it will consider all these models references, and it will compile it. So be careful, whatever the models required, those only select it. Otherwise your package deployment, package generation time will take a lot of time because it has to compile all the model reference models. Okay, that is the one thing. Okay, now I have created the model and I want to create a new object. Okay, I'm changing this one to classic view. Okay, we have different type of objects. Before going to that, for example, you have a requirement, you need to create a new table. I think if people are already using AX2012, can somebody come up with some requirements so that we can use the same requirement if you already have an AX2012 or any new requirement you are working on that, so we can go one by one like that instead of creating training type of tables. Hello.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. That is a very good
So,
idea.
yeah, yeah, come up with the tables. Okay, whatever the tables we need to
What
create.
we can do? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
We'll
Yeah,
take small one. Small one.
Yeah, anything
any
is
that
fine. Anything
form,
is fine.
any customer transaction we can see here. Like that
Yeah,
we
first
can.
come up with the table creation. Okay, first come up with the new table creation. Any new table you created, come up with that new table, and then come up with the fields which you added to the existing table. Okay, there I will explain how to create an extension to the existing table and how to add the fields to the existing table, and then we'll go for the forms later.
Okay, sir. Our safe table we can create, sir. Safe creation. Hello.
Safe creation in the sense.
Safe. Our is safe is the one unique field. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
like I'll tell you an example.
Yeah, any table, whatever the table you want, just list out those things and we can create it on the fly. That I will show you. Okay, before creating the table, we need to come up. You people already know what is base enumeration, base enum, and what is the EDT, right? First, I will tell what is the difference between AX2012 and D365 related to this base enum and EDT. Okay, and then we can go for the table creation. Okay, base enumeration, it is almost same as the AX2012, but the difference is previously, for example, if you have a base enum, if you want to add the new literal to that particular SNM. For example, if you take this ABC, we have none A, B, C, right? If you want to add D, you directly open that object and you click on new element and you add it, right? But here it should not do like that. Okay, that will be a overlaying. Okay, you should not like that. It will not allow. Even if it is showing the new element, if you add it, it will give the error. Okay, what we need to do is we need to create. If you want to add an element to the existing one, you need to create an extension. Here you are saying create an extension, right?
Yes.
You can click on create an extension. What it will do is it will add it to your project. Okay. The naming convention is this is the enumeration name ABC dot live cell, your model name. Okay. If again you create one more extension, it will create with model live cell 1. Okay.
But it
We
is
can
not
After
a
the
best practice.
name it.
We
Correct.
can use in single extension only, na everything.
yeah, in single extension only we will do that. But for example, two developers are working. Okay. On different things. You can create multiple extensions as well. But as a best practice, if you maintain the single extension, that will be good. But
Yes.
as per the requirement, if you want to create multiple extensions also, that will be good. Because today I have two requirements. Okay, two developers are working on it. But in first requirement we need to add one D, and second requirement we need to add E. Okay, first developer don't know about the second requirement, and second developer don't know about the first requirement. Even though they can create separate extensions, and they can add their own literals separately.
Yes. That first extension it show only D option. That second exception that extension it shows only E. That D is not
Yeah,
available.
once he created, it will show. Okay, this is my extension. I opened it, right? Now you can create a new element. Go to properties and make this as D. Okay. Now let me open. This is the first one, right? Let me open this one. See, D is already
Showing
coming.
only A.
It is showing the extension of the life cell.
Correct.
Okay, here you can add the new element E. Okay, as this is the life cell one, current one, E is showing normally. Okay, again after saving this one, try and refresh this one or close and reopen it. So it is showing E life cell 1. You have observed this one. D, it is showing life cell, and E is showing as normal. And if you go to life cell, it is showing the E, and E is added under the life cell 1. Okay, but once you compile it, it will take it as a single enumeration only. Okay, and what other changes here is you can make the particular thing. For example, if you created a new one, this is the old one, is extensible property, it is not allowing to modify. Here in previously AX2012, for example, if you want to delete this none, it is possible by using the overlaying concept. Have you people remembered? In standard object, if you have 4 literals, if you want to delete one, it is possible in AX2012. Here it is not possible. Okay, you cannot delete anything by using this extension. Okay, you can add it, that's it. You cannot delete. And you can change the label property. Other than label, you can't do anything for the existing elements.
Yeah. Label property change, no need any extension. Correct.
No. You need to create an extension even for label change also.
People also it require. Any
Okay.
single change.
Any changes extension.
Yeah, any changes, whatever you want to change it, it is extension, but there are limitations. Previously, we can delete this literal in AX2012 by using the overlaying concept. You can directly right click and delete it. but here it is not
Yes, yes.
possible. Only thing possible is only you can change the label
Okay, okay, got it.
for the existing ones. Okay, here for newly, for example, if you have created a new enumeration, okay, you can mark this as extensible false. If you mark this as extensible false, okay, what it will do is whatever the literals you are creating per literal internally, you people already know internally it will maintain the integers, right? Whatever the literals you are creating it here, for example, a 0, b 1, c 2, like that. Now I added d 3, e 4, like that it will give the numbers. Previously you have an option directly to change those numbers. Have you remembered? In AX2012 you'll get one
Yeah, yeah, that constant number.
numeric value, and yeah, you can change it, but here it is not possible for the existing ones. Okay, if you created a new one, okay, let me create one new enum. You can add the new items by right clicking on the project, click on add new item. Okay, here also you have the bifurcation based on the type of the object. If you select the first one, it will show all the objects. As I want to create the data type, I'm going to the data type. Here you will find the base enumeration. Okay, I'm creating like life cell. So I think you people are prefixing with LC or
LFC,
something.
LFC.
LFC. Okay, I will also give the same prefix. Okay, whatever the objects you are creating newly, make sure you are giving the prefix so that developers or code maintainability will be easy. You can easily identify instead of checking the models and everything. Okay, LFC I am giving. Okay, do you have any base enum in mind? Already you created new ones
Plant
so
type.
that we can take.
Plant type,
Sorry,
plant type,
Plant
plant
type.
type.
plant type,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay, click on add. Okay, now I have added, and this is my model, life cell model. It is under. You can write.
Yes.
You can see the properties here. Okay, here we have a property called is extensible. Okay, is extensible true means you can extend this particular base enum in another model. For example, tomorrow you are creating a new model for the some other requirement. Okay, if you reference this life cell model, okay, it will allow to do the extension. Okay, you can add the new elements, you can change the labels and all.
Got it, got it.
Okay, if you make this as false, it will not allow you to do extension. I will show you one of the thing. This one, if you take ABC model, I think this one we have account choice.
It not allow for that reference model to take extension.
Okay, yes. For example, if you take is extensible is false for this account choice, this is the application suite. Even if you reference this application suite model, currently it is not referencing, our lifestyle model is not referencing this application suite. Even if you reference this application suite as well, it is not allowed to do the extension because this property is
False.
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 Okay, either you go for the creating the new base enum, and at the table level you need to change the for the field. Okay, you cannot extend this one. Okay, like that it will allow. Okay, here you can see the differences. If you select the is extensible as false, let me make it as true only now. Whatever the default it is there, let it be the default you have. Can you tell me the literals?
Yeah.
This one?
ASF.
ASF, OTP, LTP.
One
AS,
sec. What? ASF. Next ASF. That's all. ASF.
ASF, right?
Yes.
Enter. Yeah. First.
Okay.
Label
Label,
also
I will
same.
come to that. How to create the labels, I will come to that. We need to create a label file. That AX2012, how do you it? Same thing we'll do. And what is the next one?
OTP.
LTP.
One time plan. OTP.
Okay, I have created the two literals. Are you seeing any numbers here? 0, one thing like
No,
that. We
no.
are not seeing. Okay, now go here and click on properties. If we make this as false, if you come here and see the properties, see enum value 0, enum value 1. Okay, if you add the new one, it will come. So
LTP.
the difference is yeah, LTP,
Another one.
LTP.
LTP. Lifetime plan.
Okay, okay, it came with 2. Okay, if you want to change, you can change it. Okay, but you cannot give same for 2 literals same number you cannot give. It will give the error, but you can change it. If you want to change it, you can change it. Okay, why? Because
Yes,
how
yes.
it is maintaining internally is, if you make this property as is extensible false, whatever the value literals you are creating, and these values will be maintained at the model level. Okay, it will create the XML file, right? That XML file
Yes.
level it will maintain. Okay, if you make this is extensible as true, the values will be maintained at the database level, not at the XML file level. Okay, in database level, Microsoft added 2 new tables. Okay, let's go to enum ID table and enum value table. Base enum or enum. Let me check that one. Okay, we will once SQL Server is open, we can check that one. Okay, like that it will be maintained. Okay, whatever the base enums it is creating, it will maintain in one table all the base enums. Whatever the literals you are creating, those values will be maintained at the other table. But if you make this extensible as false, it will contain only base enum. The values will not be there in the other table. Okay. If you are not speaking, can you go on mute?
Yes, yes.
And this is our AXDB database. Click
Murugan,
on new
mute it.
query. I think it should be base enum. Yeah, enum ID table. Okay, it will contain all the enumerations we created. Every enumeration will be available here. See, ABC model, and everything will be available here. And there is one more table called enum value table. Okay, these are the values, enum values, whatever you are giving it for. Okay, and this is the enum ID. It is created in the, for example, if you take where, what is our
Development SQL we can access, right? Only production we cannot.
yeah, production we cannot access. If you want to do some data level modifications, you can test your query in the lower environment and you can raise a request to Microsoft. For example, if there is any ARPAN records or something are there, okay, it can be possible, right? Sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
some errors come in between and some ARPAN records will be there. Or for example, if you have a new requirement, you want to create the new columns and all, but you need to update the world columns with by using some other table data. You can do that. You can write the update queries, you can test it in lower environment, and you can raise a request to the Microsoft. They will execute on behalf of us. That is possible.
Okay, okay.
Table, let me, this is ID only, right? Whatever the what, let me give name equal to name, like I will give lives. Okay, we haven't synced it, right? Database, that's why it's not coming yet. Okay, that will come. We need to do the synchronization, right? DB synchronization. We haven't compiled. That's why it's not coming. Okay. If you make this extensible as true, okay, that will be maintained in the enum value table. Okay. If you make this extensible as false, that will be maintained at the XML file level. But this ID table will have the all the base enums, whatever you are creating at the application level. That is the difference between AX 2012 and this one. And you can create the new enumeration. Do you have any other values here apart from this?
No.
Yes. Convertible OTP, CONV OTP.
OTP.
CONV OTP.
Okay, NV. Okay. This is
Another
how we
one,
will
sir.
create the. Yeah, later you people can create it.
Okay,
For practice
what we will
purpose.
do is we will trial anyway we are going to create. So we will create our small project. We will take it and try to do it in D365. Am I correct, Satya?
Correct, sir.
Yes.
Small
How
table we will create.
yeah, how I am explaining here, you can do the same process.
Yes, small table we will take. We will create whatever you have taught. We will create in that environment. Am I correct?
Yes. Okay.
Correct,
Here
na, Satya?
also.
Okay. Carry it.
Okay. Okay. Here also you are getting the bifurcation. You see, you have created the base enum extension. Whatever the extensions you are creating for the base enum, it is coming here. Okay. If you are not getting that bifurcation, there is one option here. Dynamics 365 options, projects, organize projects by element type option is there. Okay. If you remove this one, it will not create the folders. It will add all the objects under project only. It will not bifurcate. If you select this one, okay, if it is not selecting for you people, I think by default it will not be selected. If it is not bifurcating, you can select that checkbox, and while adding the new objects, it will automatically create the folder here.
But the better practice is it should have branch wise.
Folder.
No?
Yes, it should
Branch
have
wise.
branch wise. Easily we can identify. For example, if you want to change some table or something, by seeing this image, sometimes it's difficult.
Yes.
Is it a
Enum
is it
or
a
it is
enum
a
or EDT
yeah.
or it's a table or it's a class? Okay.
Yeah.
So bifurcating is better thing. Now let's go to the edits. For example, here I have, this is application platform, right? This is closing type. Do we have the properties extensible as for this one? No. Let me take one of the ABC we have already taken, but this is from the application platform. So let me take from application suite. This is also false. Accounting order. Yeah, this is true. Accounting order. This is true. What we can do is, let me try to create an extension for this. See, it is not showing create extension enabled, but it is enabled create extension in new project. It will, but new project will not relate to our model. Okay, create extension, it is not coming. Why it is not coming? We haven't referenced this application suite. Okay, if you right click and see it, if create extension is not coming, there can be two reasons. One reason is, I already explained. If it is extensible is false, it will not enable. Okay, and one more reason is we are not referring to that particular model. Okay, that's why I'm checking is extensible is true or false. Here it is true, so it can be extended. Even though it is not coming, create extension. So now what you need to do, go to model management. This model is application suite. Okay, you need to check the model related to this particular object. Okay, go to model management, update model parameters, select our model, live cell, click on next. Now select the application suite. Okay, click on next, finish. If you right click now, you are getting create extension. Okay, you can click on create extension and you can do modifications. Okay, if it is not coming create extension, you should remember two rules. One is it should be either extensible is false, or either this model is not referenced in our particular model references. Now if you go to our description file, see application suite is also added. Previously it was only application platform. Now it is added application suite as well. Okay, what I will do is now I will make this project and synchronization also true, because we have the DB related objects. I am synchronizing this one, building this one. Okay, it will build, and by default it will show, if you are giving any labels or something, it will show all the this one errors, best practices errors, BP errors we call.
Here we cannot take the backup of single object.
Single object is not possible, but you can take the backup of project.
Okay, that total solution we can take backup, right?
Yeah, yes. Not total solution, you can take the project. For example, this project only you need to take, you can export. It will generate AXPP file.
XPP file.
AXPP.
Okay.
Okay, let it compile, I will show that.
This XPP will import up to test only, na?
Yeah, wherever you have Visual Studio, you can import.
There only we can.
Yes. Till test only you can do that. In U8 and all, you will not find Visual Studio.
We can create
So
the
there
deployment
we can MSIL file we need to generate, correct?
that we can
Package,
create
package.
deployable package. We can
Package,
create
deployment package. Okay.
That is deployable package, not MSIL.
deployable.
Okay,
Tani,
okay.
that
Yeah.
option is
Deployable package, that will be like a zip file. Okay, that I will show. Okay, build is completed. This synchronization done. Okay, database synchronization is also completed. Let me check. Still it's not came. It's came now. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
if you, what is the ID of this? Let's take this ID and here enum ID. See, you don't have any thing here. Have we changed it to registration full true only, right? Why it is not showing? Six by 663 enum ID. We have here also. But this name is different. That is not coming. We will see why it is not coming. Let's see, plan type we have created, right? This one is extension equal to true, and we are not getting the values here, right? Yep. Okay, we will see that one. Now we have created the particular enumeration. And how to extend that? You got it right. Same thing for the EDTs. Okay. For example, you need to create a new EDT. Just right click, add new item, data types. Here you have different types of EDTs. Based on our data type, we can take that particular type. I'm taking EDT string. You can create like LFC name. Click on add. Okay, it will add a new EDT. Here same thing, you can, if you want to extend from the existing EDT also, it's possible. Okay, you can select the existing EDT and on top of that you can improve it. But for this, you don't have any option like is extensible kind of thing. You can extend any EDT. Okay, but there also you have some limitations. Okay, here I'm taking string 30 characters, something like that name. And remaining things, array elements, if you want to add one more thing, for example, if you take the address, you can add address line 1 and address line 2. Okay, each one will, new array element will act like a new EDT. Okay, with the different indexes. Okay, this is one EDT, and under that you are adding one more EDT. Okay, whatever the length you are giving it here, same length it will apply to the this one also. I think that you people are already played in AX 2012. If not, you can try it here. Table relations, you can add the
That
table
is what you are
relation.
saying, EDT within EDT.
Yes. For example, you have address. Okay, I will give the name as address here. I can add address line 1 for this one, and this one I will add it as address line 2.
Okay.
Okay, both the things will be maintained at the single EDT level. Yeah, that you can try. If there is any ambiguity, I can help you. You can add the table relations as well. Currently we added any data source level here, so it will not come. Table relations in previous AX 2012 and 2009 for lookup and all, we used to create the table relations at the EDT level. Previously we have EDT relations as well. Okay, now in D365 we don't need to create any table relations here. You can directly create the relations at the table level. Based on the relation, it will show lookups automatically. Okay, there is no need of writing separate code or something. Okay, no need of adding the relations here. Table references as well, you don't need to add it here. Only you can create the EDT and you can use this EDT at the table level. If you have any relations with the other table, based on that relation, it will automatically generate the lookups. Okay, now we have created the new one. If you want to modify the existing one, go to extended data types. Here, the reference of the model apply to the same whatever I have explained to the base enum. Here also it will apply, but you don't have any option like is extensible for the existing one. For new one also you are creating, is extensible property will not be there for this EDTs. Okay, you can directly extend it. For example, ABC model, this is application foundation, we are not referring. Okay, let's take this ABC %B. Okay, click on create extension. Go to solution explorer, it is added extension here, open. If we go to the properties, this is the properties. You can see only label you can change, help test you can change. If you want to change the whatever the bold ones you are seeing here, those properties only you can change it. Okay, show zero auto, that you can change. Tags you can add if you want to add any tags. It's not affect any runtime or something. This is for only identification purpose while searching and all. If you maintain unique tags, for example, live cell is there, right? You can add one tag here, live cell. While searching, if you want to search based on the tags, you can do that one. That will help only for the maintainability purpose. It will not affect anywhere in the runtime. Okay, only you can change the label help test. Okay, For existing one, this one, if you want to extend from the other UDT, you can do that. Okay, account name or something, if you want to extend, you can do that. Database string size automatically comes 60. Here, this one also it is automatically changed to 60.
The strings,
You can
the
make
string
this
size we can
string
change
size is
variable
extensible if
level.
you see, if you are changing it to string size extensible is to S, and then you can change it to 80. Okay, if you make it to auto, what it will do is it will take it from the your extended enumeration. If you take this account name, let's go to account name. Where is account name? This is BR. Don't you have only account name? This one. Let's open this one. String size 60. String size is extensible auto. If you make this S, whatever the extension you are doing there also, it is possible to make it. But you cannot directly change that property because it will not allow through by using the extension. As I open the object directly, it is showing. But if you change it also, it will give the error while compiling. It will not save because this is the application platform sys layer. It will not allow to modify it. Okay, if you make this one and your LFC name is extending by other UDT, you can change it directly there. Okay, that's how we'll create the new UDTs and enumerations. You can extend the existing one and you can create a new ones. Okay, if you create the new one, you can change it any property or anything. But if you extend it, there are limitations. You cannot delete the existing literal from the base enumeration. You can change only the labels. Okay, in UDT you can change only the labels and string size if it is allowing at the base enum level. And if you create the new one, new UDT, you can change it to any length. But please make sure that is the thumb rule. Anything if you want to modify, you need to create an extension. Okay, without extension it is not possible. Even if you change directly here this account name, if I change it to something else as it is showing, if I change it, it will give the error. If I try to change it, see, cannot save because this is the application platform model. It will not allow to directly modify this and save it. Unauthorized to modify the model application platform. But this is possible at X20 level. That is called, that we call it as overlaying. Okay. That's how extensions and new objects we can create. And okay, if you people can come up with new tables, some of the tables, and if you have any requirement like standard table you want to add with new fields or you want to add the new indexes, that type of thing, come up with that requirement. We can create a new table and we can create extension for the existing table and we can add the new fields tomorrow.
Yes, yes. Here, how to create the label file and that can we show?
Yeah. Click on add new item, labels and resources, label file. I'm giving the LFC live cell. Click on add. It will open the wizard. Okay, whatever the languages you want, you can select those languages. So this is the label file ID I have given. Click on next. Here you can, by default it will be ENUS is selected. You can select any languages. Do you have any specific languages?
As of
English
now,
India.
no. As of now, no.
Okay, you can take French or something just
English
to
India.
give an example. Sorry,
English India.
English India. Indian English.
English India.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Click on next. Finish. It will automatically create the 3 separate label files. I don't think so. It changed much from the X2012 like that. You can same thing in 3 label files. You need to add the same thing. See, it is added to 3 separate label files. Okay, with the same ID, you need to create the IDs. By default, if you are not, if the label ID is not found in other languages, if your language is selected as, for example, French, the specific label ID is not found in this French label, it will automatically show it from the NUS.
Correct.
That possibility is that works the same functionality in X2012. There is no difference.
Satya?
Okay, just taking time.
Satya?
Okay, by clicking on new, you can create a new label, and you can give the, by default it will give new label one like that. You can change that ID if you want, like LFC name I am giving.
Hello.
Here I am mentioning name,
One second.
copy, and where we have created name, label, paste it. Okay, same ID you can take it and you can add it in the other files, other label files as well.
Satya, we have created our environment, no? That one. That we can try,
Yeah.
no? Right.
Yes. We can try, sir.
Right. One by one we can, whatever he is telling, and we can show them, show him also that environment tomorrow.
Yeah. Sure,
With
sir.
the same ID, you can create the new label here based on the your language selection in the application level. It will automatically show it there. There is no difference in label side. Okay. Any other questions? So environment, is it Microsoft managed subscription or it's customer managed subscription? Are you getting the admin rights?
Yeah. We are getting the admin right.
Okay, that is
Because
customer
this is
based license.
migration. Yeah. It is migration going on.
Okay.
So we have control all the things.
Okay, good.
But a separate environment is created for us, no? Separate. Hello? Satya, separate environment for us, no?
I think it should be. Okay, maybe he has some issue.
Okay. No issue.
Yeah, he has some issue, I think.
Okay,
Ram,
sir.
I have one query. What is the advantages of using the extension process?
Yeah, you can easily deploy your changes. Model management. The model management concept itself is the you can easily maintain your packages and models. For example, previously in X22 and all, if you want to deploy, you need to generate the complete model store.
Yes.
Okay, here you don't need to generate a complete model store. Just your model will be packaged and deployed to the other environments. And code maintainability. For example,
Hello.
you can maintain your code easily if you create the extensions. For example, tomorrow Microsoft has changed something in their class. If you do overlaying, you added the if conditions. Microsoft added something else in the if conditions. Okay, your code can be overwritten. Okay, again you need to check it each and every upgrade Microsoft is doing something. You need to check your code and fix your errors. But your code maintainability will be easy because you are creating your extension. Whatever the customizations you are doing, that will be maintained separately. Yeah, the actual Microsoft classes will be maintained at the separate model level, right? Application suite and all. That's why they are not allowing to do any modifications to their models.
So when we are changing any customization in like extension, so that it will not impact in the base things, right?
Yes, it will not impact, but there are some areas it can impact that I will come to explaining while chain of commands and all. I will explain that one.
Okay, okay. Because you created 2, 3 extensions now in base now. So
Yes,
ABC
yes,
you take one example. So we
yes,
created extensions. So we are
yes,
changing in extensions. So there is no impact in that whatever base thing is there, that one. Correct, no?
yes. That will not affect. Yeah, that is the maintainability.
Okay.
That's what that purpose only they have given this.
Okay. So that extension we
Okay.
can use
If
this
you
product
see,
only.
if you see AX2012, actually it's almost 10 years or 15 years they are using it. Only they
Okay.
have released the main versions very limited R1, R2, R3, right?
Mm.
Okay. This D365 finance and operations already they have released 7.0, 8.0, and then 10 is going on. And every month they're releasing the new minor version. Currently, last October they have released 10.22. Okay.
Okay.
Previous
Okay.
month they have released 10.21. Okay. In each and every version they are changing something, but it will not affect to the customer because of those upgrades. Very limited. For example, if you used the existing method and in that method itself Microsoft did something and same logic you utilized it here, that type of issues are there. We have to fix it, and Microsoft will give the obsolete is option. Obsolete is obsolete in every object level. You have property called is obsolete. If they make it as true, you cannot use that method in your coding purpose. Okay. Initial stages, once they make it, they will give 6 months or 1 year, they give an option to use it. But once you see that warnings, you cannot use that absolute methods. Okay. In future releases, what they will do is they will remove that method. Whatever the code we have customizations by using that method, it will give the errors. Again, you need to fix whatever the new method Microsoft is giving, that method you need to use instead of existing one. That type of things still there, but each and every upgrades they are coming up with the new concepts. Now application side also they're changing a lot. Previously they used to change the process at the, for example, you have a sales order process. Okay. In between, if they add some new process or something, previously they directly add it. Now they came up with a concept called feature enablement. You have a separate workspace for features. If you want, you can enable it. If you don't want, you can disable it.
Also, that platform update is also there, na? PU updates.
Yes, yes. PO updates are also there. Yeah, you'll have very limited impact on your customizations. Okay, like I mentioned, if you use any obsolete methods, if that type of things are there, it will affect. Otherwise, your extensions will not affect. It will work smooth.
The PU update like that in the 2012 that package is na, that new package.
Hmm.
I think PU update means in 2012 they're releasing na some hot fixes like that na.
KB articles, you are saying?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
here
Hot fixes.
actually till 8.4 early stages of 10.4, they also used to give the KB articles. Now what they are doing is whatever the KB articles we have from the last release, you need to package into a single package and you need to apply. Previously we have an option to directly generate package for single KB article and you can apply it, but they have removed that option. You need to take all the KB articles which are currently available. It is not applied to your environment. What Microsoft will give
Okay.
is for every upgrade they will give the package. That package simply we need to take it from the global asset library and you need to apply it to your environments. For example, you have a development environment. Okay, you need to upgrade from 10.0.20 to 10.0.22. Okay, Microsoft will give the package. From LCS you will directly apply. You don't need to go to the VM and you need to do any commands or any installations you need to do. You can directly apply it from the LCS. Okay, yeah. Okay then, thanks everyone. Have a good day. We will meet tomorrow and come up with
Yes.
the tables so that we can create a new table, and if you have any requirement to change the existing table, that also we can do.